Come in. Hi, it's nice to meet you. I'm Niha.
Hi, my name's Chantal.
How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How's your ride here?
It was okay.
So what brings you in today?
I've just been going through a lot lately, especially with school. I've been stressing out a lot.
Yeah. So, okay, before we start, I just have to make you aware of our client acknowledgement form.
Okay.
Durham College Counseling Services is a free voluntary program that provides individuals with one-on-one personal support from a student counselor in training who is currently studying the social service worker program.
Okay.
If you agree to participate in this service, we commit to do our best and try to assist you as much as we can. We look forward to helping you identifying your problems and situations and creating goals.
Okay.
However, many people do benefit from our program, but there are specific factors that we cannot control, which means your circumstances might not get better. The length of this involvement is your choice, really. It's as long as you want us to help you. In addition of your involvement, and the information shared with your student counselor in training is confidential, meaning he or she will protect your personal information in all cases, except the following. A release information form has been signed by you allowing personal information to be shared with a particular person, agency, or organization. Information or a student counselor in training is legally subpoenaed to the courts. A child who is younger than 16 is being abused in any way, and a report of being sexually abused by a regulated health professional, like a psychiatrist, doctor, counselor,
Okay.
etc. By signing here, you are saying that you're okay with this and you agree to our services.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry. Thank you. Okay, Chantal, so what about school is bothering you?
I guess it's mostly the amount of projects that I get, and also the people that I have the projects with.
Yeah.
They don't really do the work. I think they expect me to just do everything or most of it and then just go to them with the rest.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is you have many group projects at school and people don't really help you with it. You're kind of
Yes.
it's an individual work, but a group project.
Yes.
Okay.
If it was individual, I get why I would do it, but it's everybody. And I feel like everybody needs to contact one another in order for it to be a group project. Because, it's just, to me, it's common sense. You don't just expect one person to do all of it. It's everybody should be booking a time to come together, see one another, and plan, and then act on it or whatever. But they don't do that, and I always got stuck with the same people, so that's what kind of sucks about it, I guess.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't really mind what work we get. I just wish they would cooperate a lot better.
Okay. So what do you think you can do to make the situation better? Let's plan something together. Have you tried contacting any of them?
I did, but not. I would contact one person, and then after they would leave me on red or would not respond back.
Okay.
So another time I did message someone else for the other project, but they did not respond either, and they just said, that they would do it, or the other one would say that they would do it later.
So have you spoke to these people in person about it? Have you tried to? Or have you just
not
messaged
really
them?
Only because I do like messaging first, just so it doesn't create a big argument, because I feel like if it were to be in person and they gave me some sort of attitude, or they were if I felt like they were rude, I would automatically get mad and start barking, I guess.
Okay, so have you ever had group projects before this?
Yes.
Did they go better than they are right now?
Most of them, yeah.
What was different about then and now?
I felt like back then, because in high school, like I'm just a new college student. This is my first year.
Yes.
So back in high school, we would just get together in that moment when the group projects were assigned. Like we had like no choice basically.
Okay.
So everybody had to come together and we had to talk about it then, like right in the moment. So what's different is that college and high school were just, high school wasn't serious, I guess, so
Yeah.
we didn't really focus too much on it. And then like college, like just no, it seems like nobody really cares with these projects.
So from my experience when I was in college, or I still am a college student, so during group projects, I tend to ask them right away. Once we figure out who our group members are, I ask them, what is your part?
Mm-hmm.
What is my part? And how are we going to come together to do this? Have you ever tried that?
No. I have tried getting there, but I still feel like I get shut down right away.
Okay. So is there anything other than group projects that's kind of stressing you out or making you feel tired?
Work.
Mm-hmm.
I work part-time, and it's usually the days that I also have school.
Mm-hmm.
I don't work on weekends because that's like other activities. I volunteer here and there. At work lately, like I've been wanting to have some time to myself, and I have asked my manager, and my manager says no, automatically shuts me down. I tried talking to my boss also, and he himself shuts me down, and it just works me up a lot because I'm so tired of working and doing school.
I hear you. So what you're telling me is you're basically having too much work, like with school and work.
Yes.
It's just a work overload.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what we call burnout.
Mm-hmm.
It's when you do too much of something and it kind of stresses you out, tires you out, and all that. Have you ever tried looking for another job
Yes.
that better suits your hours?
I have tried, and I did get offered a position, but the thing about it is that it was also on the weekends, and I had other volunteering opportunities on the weekend I'm trying to do because I have been doing it since I was a kid at like all these other organizations, but there's like nowhere that fits like what I need in order for me to stay in school.
Is there anywhere between you being stressed and tired with this stuff that kind of makes you happy? Like, does any of that kind of bring you joy instead of something upsetting?
Yes, only because I'm doing what I love, like in school, and me working, the people, like my employees and like my one manager is really nice, and we do get along, and I'm working for my money for school, and that's honestly all that brings me joy is that the fact I'm trying to get somewhere with my life.
Mm-hmm. Can I ask you how your family supports you in these times?
It's more pressure from my family than anything else because I am the first the first child in the family to go to school and to be working at the same time. And they don't really, like, they just push too much. They just
expect a lot?
Yes, of course. And it irritates me because there's only so much I can do.
Mm-hmm.
And I also need to focus on myself.
Yeah, I get that. 100%. Sometimes you have to put yourself before.
Yes, of course.
Like what your family expects?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like that even brings like the topic of like my own mental health. Like I have my own personal health issues that I want to focus on.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing major, but it's always good to keep myself happy, like spiritually and anything like that. So it's hard. Like even for instinct, like I work out, or I try to work out because it's just good for you, and I hear like all this stuff, and I even talked to my doctor saying that like I should be taking some time to do some physical activity, even like yoga or meditation, anything like that. And it's just they don't understand that I have so much going on in my life that I can't handle the nagging and the pressure.
So at the end of this, I'm hearing that really you just are stressed.
Yes.
And you need some way to kind of give yourself time. So have you ever tried to separate your time for yourself and then separate school, work, family? Like, have you ever had your individual time?
No, definitely not, because like I said, like it's all together, and I feel like the one major thing is that like my stress. Like the stress is so high up there that I forget that I need to take time for myself. And I do have opportunities here and there to do it, like maybe once a week, and I know that's all it takes, but it's kind of...
But you mentioned meditating and relaxing. Does that help?
Yes, it does, because it just calms me down. And like with meditation, I usually keep like the sound of waterfalls, and it like calms me, it soothes me, and then like sometimes I even like doze off and like sleep, and that also really refreshes me too.
Okay. So let's come up with a overall plan, like your ultimate goal for school, family, and work together.
Okay.
Have you ever thought about maybe keeping a journal where you can express your feelings? So when you're irritated with group projects, you can write it down. When work is stressing you out, you can vent. If you feel uncomfortable venting to people in your family.
Yeah, actually, I think that's a really good idea, because when I was younger, I used to keep a journal about like my emotions and everything, and I did find that that helped a lot, because it made me like, I also like going back into like notes or whatever I do.
Kind of back in time.
Yeah, just to see like how I was or how much better I felt when I, like during the time that I was writing. And I will try and probably will do it.
Okay. What about your family? Do you think maybe family counseling would be a good idea? Do you think it would suit you and your needs?
My mother is too stubborn. My dad works way too much. And I can try, but I feel like I'll just get a lecture from my parents being like, oh, nothing's wrong with our family, or we don't really need to do counseling because we're not those type of families.
I've experienced that before too. It's very hard. But if they do see you struggling, I think they do know, they just don't want to believe it. And that's just my opinion, because that's how it was when that kind of stuff happened at my house.
Yeah, like, I will definitely try to, but it's just going to be hard at first, so I don't think it'll automatically happen. I think, like, maybe over time it will, just not right away, because it takes a lot of time to influence my parents into things. But I think if I maybe show them, like, how much I need it, it'll work.
Do you think your family notices your mental health at all?
They do and they don't. Like, when I don't talk at all, or like I kind of like lock myself up in my room when I do my work, that's when they kind of be like, oh, are you okay? Are you sad? Or blah, blah, blah. But other than that, they don't usually check in on me because of other stuff. Like when I was a kid, I experienced like really bad depression. So I think, and I used to lock myself in my room a lot at that age, and they didn't realize it until later on. So that's the only time that they come and check on me when I'm in my room.
Okay. So my last and final suggestion or thought that you can put into is having a schedule, so you can manage your time for school, your independent time, your family time, and your work time.
Okay. Do you think I should like keep like a calendar maybe?
Kind of. Do you know the big calendars that people usually use for school? They put it up on their wall. So you could use that, and you don't have to go into specific details, but just kind of, you could put work day, relaxation day, family day, school work, dedicate specific days, specific times to a specific thing. Do you understand what I mean?
Yes. I'm just trying to think of like when I can even do all of this. So that just kind of makes me feel like I really do need one. Yeah, I think that's definitely something that I need, but I think maybe journaling is like what I want the most, only because I feel like I need to see how my emotions come out, and then I'll go back in time and see how it works out. But I think like the family counseling and the scheduling will work out also.
Mm-hmm. So can I ask you how you feel after this session?
Definitely a lot better because, like, as I said, like, I can't really talk to my family, like, and my friends. Like, I have my friends, but they're all from high school. They're not, like, serious, and they don't experience the same thing as myself. I feel like I'm more mature, and they're still, like, growing and learning. Like, I'm learning and growing too, but I think they're still in, like, the partying stage, and I'm more focused on, like my future. So I don't know.
So your ultimate goal is to have a journal.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes. Only because for right now, I think that is the best plan. Yeah. And if that doesn't work out, I'm going to give it maybe a month and see if it really does help me. And if that doesn't work, I'll think about a schedule. And if the schedule doesn't work for whatever reason, I will think about the family counseling.
Okay. So I'm glad I was a help. Unfortunately, our session has come to an end.
Okay.
If you would like to make another session with me, just call my office and we'll make a time slot for you. And if you have any questions, you can let me know.
Okay. Thank you so much for being a big help. I really appreciate it. And this was definitely a really good session.
Thank you.